right, Crazy Town. Joe Biden today out there, not too long, but he was out there speaking, and just pay attention here because you gotta, the facts could be one thing in one sentence, and they could change in the next sentence. See if you can pick up on it. Crazy Town, roll-a-dee.
Thank you, Kazi, and thank you for the introduction.
Who?
Thank you for being here.
Don't jump.
We're here today to take action on an issue that's fundamental. How do we treat the people we care so much about?
How we do.
And how do we value those
How we
caring
do.
for them? To increase access to high-quality child care and long-term care and support for the caregivers. Pay for care workers is too low, and that's why there's so many are leaving the whole endeavor. In fact,
It's an endeavor.
half the long-term care workforce, or will it cost me more than I get the raise and the paycheck I'm about the new job I'm about to have? They've already need 2 paychecks to make ends meet now, but they're going to be able to do it. They're going to be able to do it and keep the job, or they're going to be able to afford child care. Long-term care costs for the elderly or people with disabilities are up 40%. Costs are up 40%. Over the past decade. You need just a little help to stay home, someone to just deliver the dinners, just to be able to shovel the sidewalk, etc. Millions of Americans are
Deliver
stuck
dinner,
in
shovel sidewalks, whatever.
part of so-called sandwich generation.
You're done with that dinner, that sidewalk.
Took care
needs
of
to
both
shovel.
our parents, all 4 of our parents. Well, they didn't have to take all 4. Those companies are going to have to provide high-quality, affordable child care for their workers if they want to participate in the program.
Listen to the
Using
threat.
the power of the federal government to get companies to do what's good for their workers, and I might add, good for business as well. Because this is not your father's Republican Party. It's a different deal. You know, the 2 presidents that warned most directly against playing with the national debt were Ronald Reagan. He spoke very, very passionately about that. And he came forward. And anyway, I won't. But,
Yeah, you got
why are they
nothing.
doing this? The speaker talked about limited spending, which sounds good. And by the way, I was able to cut the deficit by $1.7 billion in 2 years.
That was a B. That was a B.
And if we pass the budget I'm proposing, we'll lower the spending way beyond that just in the first. We're gonna lower the spending by $168 billion just because of the way we've changed prescription drug costs. Critical programs for hardworking Americans, the ones they count on, will be slashed starting next year if he has his way. 200,000 children will lose access to Head Start slots. Congress just passed the PACT Act, which I was very proud of. To help, it was bipartisan, to help veterans exposed to toxic burn pits like my son. They would deny tens of thousands of people suffering from opioid epidemic and addiction. As I said, in my first 2 years, we brought down the deficit by a record $1.7 trillion. We'll cut the deficit by $1.7 billion by a record $1.7 trillion. And my budget I proposed, which I've laid out, would cut the deficit over the next 10 years by another $3 trillion.
Whatever.
You just have to remember who we are. We're the United States of America.
There's nothing we can't do.
There's virtually nothing beyond our capacity if we work together, and I mean it. Nothing.
An incapacitated
We work
president, though.
May God bless you all. May God bless our caregivers. Now I'm going to go over and sign that executive order.
There you go.
1.7 billion, 1.7 trillion, 3 trillion, 10 trillion,
What's a million, billion, trillion?
Yeah.
100 million, billion, trillion.
Between a couple of
Bag of
yeah.
shells.
corrupt
Bag of
politicians.
shells, come on.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy.